Okay, I'm ready to begin.
Everybody stand up. It's the wide view.
Good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Buenos días a todos. Esta es su comparecencia inicial ante el Tribunal de Primera Instancia del Condado de Clayton.
My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court.
Mi nombre es Brad Gardner y yo soy un juez en este tribunal.
I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you,
Yo estoy acá para informarle de cuáles son los cargos que se le han imputado,
to advise you of certain rights,
para decirle cuáles son sus derechos,
to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail,
para otorgarle una fianza en aquellos delitos que se me autoriza a otorgarle fianza,
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
para programar una audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
y para determinar si usted va a requerir la asistencia de un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio y no decir nada,
But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you.
pero si usted renuncia a este derecho, cualquier cosa que usted diga durante este proceso podría ser usada en su contra.
So please don't discuss the facts of your case.
Para que por favor no hable de cómo ocurrieron los hechos en su caso.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights:
Durante este y todos los procesos siguientes, usted tiene los siguientes derechos:
to the presumption of innocence,
a la presunción de inocencia,
to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors,
a que se le formule una acusación mediante el gran jurado para la mayoría de los delitos graves o que se le formule una acusación para los delitos menores,
to a speedy and public trial by jury,
de tener un juicio público, rápido y por jurado,
to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you,
de ver, escuchar y contrainterrogar a los testigos que sean citados a testificar en su contra,
to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf,
de exigir la asistencia de testigos para que testifiquen a su favor,
to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense,
de testificar a su favor o presentar pruebas para ser usadas en su defensa,
and to have an attorney represent you.
y de tener un abogado para que los represente.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify.
Si usted no pudiera contratarse un abogado, se le podría nombrar uno si usted califica.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail.
Algunos de ustedes se le va a permitir que paguen una fianza sin restricciones para permitirles salir de la cárcel.
These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property.
Estas fianzas podrían ser pagadas en efectivo, usando una compañía de fianza o usando una propiedad.
Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places.
Algunos de ustedes van a tener condiciones especiales en su fianza, donde se le prohíbe ponerse en contacto con ciertas personas o de que vayan a ciertos lugares.
You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail.
A usted también se le va a prohibir que se ponga en contacto con la víctima mientras usted esté encarcelado.
If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial.
Si usted infringe la orden del juez, su fianza sería revocada y usted tendría que permanecer encarcelado hasta que su caso vaya a juicio.
You could also receive additional felony charges.
Y también se le podrían imputar cargos adicionales por delitos graves.
It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond.
Es importante saber que si una persona está nombrada como la víctima en su caso, a esa persona no se le va a permitir pagar la fianza por usted.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail.
Algunos de ustedes se le acusa de delitos por los cuales a este juez por ley no se le permite otorgarle una fianza.
In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date.
En este caso, una audiencia para pedir fianza sería programada ante un juez del Tribunal Superior del Condado de Clayton y a usted se le informaría de cuándo sería la fecha.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time.
Si actualmente usted está bajo libertad vigilada, a este juez no se le permite o este juez no está autorizado para otorgarle la fianza en estos momentos.
Where the bond is appropriate in your case to be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest.
Si la fianza es apropiada en su caso, sería considerada nuevamente después que el agente de libertad vigilada haya tenido la oportunidad de tomar en cuenta este nuevo arresto.
The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you.
El propósito de una audiencia preliminar es determinar si hay suficientes pruebas para sustentar las alegaciones en su contra.
The standard at this stage is very low.
El estándar en esta etapa es muy bajo.
A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred.
Para que un juez determine si su cargo procede en esta etapa, solamente tiene que determinar que existe la posibilidad de que el delito fue cometido.
Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing.
Cada uno de ustedes tiene la habilidad de renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar.
However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing.
Sin embargo, usted debe de hablar con un abogado primero si usted no está seguro si es apropiado renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. Uh-oh, did you freeze? Let's give Ms. Bermudez a second. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I have 2 more lines. I'm going to say these lines in English. And when Ms. Bermudez is able to log back on, oh, here she comes. You there, Ms. Bermudez?
Yes, sir. I thought that you froze, but I guess it was me.
Okay. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si usted paga su fianza, su audiencia preliminar se cancela automáticamente.
You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date.
Y usted va a recibir una notificación en la dirección que usted dé de cuándo va a ser su próxima corte.
Lastly, I need everyone to raise your right hand, please.
Y finalmente, yo necesito que todos levanten su mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear or affirm any statements you make during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Jura usted y afirma que cualquier declaración que usted dé durante este proceso va a ser la verdad, toda la verdad, y nada más que la verdad, lo juro ante Dios.
Okay, let's begin with Mr. Ayala Cabrera on the men's side. Mr. Ayala Cabrera, can you hear and understand the interpreter?
Señora Ayala Cabrera, ¿puede usted escuchar y entender a la intérprete? Yes.
Sir, you've been charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle without a valid license.
Señora, usted se le acusa de un cargo de manejar un vehículo sin licencia de conducir.
The bond for this offense is going to be set at $1,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
La fianza para este delito va a ser de $1,000. ¿Cree usted que va a poder pagar su fianza?
You're
Yes.
going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201.
Usted va a tener una audiencia preliminar, la cual va a estar fija para el día 19 de octubre a las 8:30 de la mañana en la sala 201.
Pero como pago tengo que venir.
But if I pay, do I have to come back?
No, sir. And let me be precise. If you post your bond that date that I just told you will get changed to a different date.
No, señor, y déjeme ser bien preciso. Usted paga su fianza, esa fecha que yo le acabo de dar sería cambiada para otra fecha, o sea, para otro día.
You will receive
Corte.
notice in the mail of the new court date.
Y usted recibiría una notificación por correo de cuándo va a ser su próxima corte.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
¿Quiere usted que yo vea si usted califica para nombrarle un abogado?
No.
No.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta para mí?
O sea, lo que no me queda claro que si pago por decir el día de hoy me van a mandar a la corte todavía. Pues ahora puedo pagar el bono.
Disculpe, repita, señor.
Pues ahora puedo pagar el bono y ya.
Can I pay my bond right now?
Yes, sir, but it's going to take, well, actually, strike all of that. Yes, you can post your bond right now.
Sí, usted puede pagar su fianza ahora mismo.
Okay. Any other questions?
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
No.
No.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Ok, puede retirarse.
Thank you, Ms. Bermudez.
You are welcome, Judge. I hope you have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, are you Miss Misty Brown?
Yes, I am. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of cocaine. I'm going to set the bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Sure. Yes, sir.
There's going to be a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived on your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Sure. The day before my birthday, the 21st.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
I do not, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, this is. Oh, thank you.
Are you Miss Daniels?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of marijuana over an ounce. I'm going to set the bond at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Ms. Pryor,
Yes.
ma'am, you've been charged with one felony offense and one misdemeanor offense. Cruelty to children in the first degree is a felony offense. I've set the bond at $5,000 for that. Battery is the misdemeanor offense. I've also set the bond at $5,000 for a total bond of $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Is that with the 10%?
Yes, ma'am. You can go through a bonding company where you pay a percentage. You can pay the whole amount, the sheriff's department will hold it and return it to you, or if you have property that has at least a net equity of $30,000, you can put the property up.
Okay.
Did not place a stay away provision on the bond because it's your daughter.
Yes, sir.
Teenage daughter. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Sure. Could I ask a question?
Yes.
Is my daughter still at Forest Park?
I have no idea. If she's 13 years old, she may be in de facto custody if there's not a family member that could take her.
Okay.
Okay. So did you want me to see if you said yes? I had a question for you. How much do you earn per month?
I'm a business owner, so it fluctuates. I have a catering business and I own a smoke shop.
Okay.
But on a good month, I'm looking at roughly 15 to 20.
Okay, I'm gonna find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, could you repeat the bond again?
It's gonna be set at $5,000 for each count, so that's a total bond of $10,000.
Okay,
All right, you're free to go back, ma'am.
yeah, thank you.
Miss Reese, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault and 1 count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. I'm denying bond on both of these offenses at this point. I'm gonna set a preliminary hearing date for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. I'm gonna also set a bond hearing date for October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay, you're gonna hire your own lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
All right, you're free to go back. Ms. Scott,
Yes.
ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle without a license and 1 count of driving a vehicle with an expired or invalid tag. I'm gonna set the bond at $1,000 for the driving a vehicle without a valid license and $1,500 for the tag charge. So that's gonna be a total bond of $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, I've already posted bond.
Okay. Since you're here, would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. Are you currently working?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. You have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, you're free to go back. Ms. Thrasher,
Yes, sir.
ma'am, you're charged with 1 count, actually 2 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. One being cocaine and one being, looks like I can't read this. You're also charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce, possession of a drug-related object, and possession of firearm or weapon during the commission of a crime. For the 2 felony drug amounts, charges, I'm gonna set the bond amount at $10,000 apiece. For the possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the bond's gonna be set at $1,500. For use of possession of drug-related objects, the bond is gonna be set at $1,500. And possession of a firearm or weapon during the commission of a crime, bond is gonna be set at $5,000. That's gonna be a total bond of $28,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I see.
Okay.
28. What is it, 25?
Yes, ma'am. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna find that you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Just sit right there.
Is it Ms. Toussaint?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take you to the infirmary.
No, okay.
Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of theft by taking motor vehicle, 1 count of reckless driving, 1 count of driving through a red light, and 1 count of failing to yield at a traffic light. Set a $15,000 bond on the theft by taking motor vehicle, a $2,000 bond on the reckless driving charge, and $500 apiece on the red light and the failure to yield at a stop sign. So that's gonna be a total bond of $18,000.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
I don't have anybody who lives in the state with me right now. So if I wanted to get a bond, how would I do that?
The shortest answer is to call the bonding companies. And if they say to you, look, you don't live here and we don't want to set a bond, then that may be an issue. But you do live here. You're just saying you don't have family members here.
I don't have any family here and I don't even have a phone, because the police took my phone. Oh.
Okay, so
And I don't have a way to get phone numbers. That's what I mean. Like, I don't have even a way to get phone numbers because of,
try to use 411.
what do you mean? Call on the phone here, 411?
Yes, ma'am. That's information.
And then they're gonna tell me the number and I call the people and they set it up? And how much is it again? Or how much is that again?
So it's 18,000 total for the bond.
Okay,
Getting in contact with family members, that's going to be something that you're going to have to go through information.
I don't really want them to know. I don't want them to know.
Well, ma'am, I mean, there's only so much that I can suggest.
Mm. I mean,
Okay,
it's their fault. I know. This is God. God did this to me. It's okay, God. I forgive you.
okay. Is there anything else, Ms. Toussaint?
No, thank you.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Okay. All right.
You are Miss, is it Mezzi?
No, Washington.
No, this is Miss Washington. She's on the list for the day, but she saw you yesterday.
Oh, ma'am, I set a bond for you yesterday.
Yeah, she was on the list for the day.
Yeah, but they just
so-
had me on the list today, so they made me come anyway.
Okay, you were what's called an add-on, which means that sometimes if a person is in that window, they'll ask for you to get added on to the calendar. So you got added on yesterday. Okay.
So my bond's still the same?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so with the, you told me 13,000 yesterday, but when they went to pay it, they said it was 15.
So the sheriff's department is required to add fees by law, and I don't have access to that schedule of fees. So anything that I tell you, when they add the fee to it, it raises it up. So that 15,000 number that you were given is the true and correct number.
And there's no way I could get it reduced?
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you're free to go back, ma'am.
This is Miss Mezzi, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Mezzi, ma'am, you are in sort of a different boat than the rest of the individuals. The same rights and privileges still apply to you, but you're being held here, looks like Caso San Metro, California, has a warrant for obstructing police, and they've indicated that they will extradite.
Right, an officer came and spoke with me yesterday.
Okay, so do you have an idea what you want to do?
Get extradited, I guess.
So if you sign the waiver,
Mhm.
that starts the clock running today
Right,
for them to come and get you. If you want to fight it, then you'll get set on another calendar and you'll have a hearing here,
Mhm.
another hearing here, and the only thing the judge is going to determine at that hearing is whether you're the person named in the warrant and whether the warrant exists.
right.
So are you certain that you've thought about this? You can ask any questions if you have any questions.
Yeah, I thought about it. I'm ready to sign the paper. I thought I was supposed to sign it yesterday. but-
Okay, so once you sign the waiver form, ma'am, they'll send it over to me, I'll sign it, and then the clock will start running today.
Okay.
All right, you're free to go back.
So we're gonna sign.
So we can switch over to the mail side now.
All right, yeah.
For your assistance.
Thank you.
You are Mr. Askew?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass and 1 count of simple battery, family violence. I've set the bond at $3,000 for the criminal trespass and $3,000 for the simple battery, family violence. So that's a total bond of $6,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from an Amari Messiah. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to hire your own lawyer?
Yes. Can you repeat the bond one more time?
Yes, sir. It's a total bond of $6,000.
Okay.
Okay, so you're free to go back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Baker,
Mr. Baker, sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, damage to property. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Tony Reese. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Branco?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Branker. Sir, you've been charged with 1 count of simple battery, 1 count of criminal trespass, and 1 count of obstructing an officer. I've set a $3,000 bond for the simple battery, a $3,000 for the criminal trespass, and a $2,000 bond for the obstruction of an officer. So you're gonna have a total bond set at $8,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? There's gonna be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a, looks like a Yarazelan cruise. Do you know who that person is? Do you understand the stay away provision? Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah, I'm gonna need, I don't know, I ain't really did nothing, so I know. Okay, I'm not expecting nothing, but. All right, I guess, no, I don't need no lawyer.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, you have a blessed evening.
Okay, you have a good day, sir.
Mr. Brown?
Mr. Brown, you're charged with 1 count of making an improper signal or failure to use your turn signal while making a turn. You're also charged with possession of less than an ounce of marijuana, which is a misdemeanor. And finally, you're charged with violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, having a Schedule II substance in your possession. That is a felony offense. I'm going to set a $500 bond for the improper turn or failure to use turn signal, $1,500 bond for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and a $3,000 bond for the possession of the controlled substance. So that's a total bond of $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Dillard?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Dillard. So you're charged with 4 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and 3 counts of theft by receiving stolen property. I'm going to deny bond at this stage on all of these offenses. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for October 20th in courtroom 201 at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to also set a preliminary hearing date for October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Gilbert?
Mr. Gilbert, good morning, sir. You're charged with 1 count of having a brake light out and 1 count of possession of cocaine. I'm going to set a $500 bond for the brake light charge and a $3,000 bond for the cocaine charge. That's a total bond of $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I don't know how to travel.
Okay. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning. That's going to be in courtroom 201. That date will get waived if you bond out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry.
Say again the last part?
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Well, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Haney?
Mr. Haney, sir, have you appeared recently? I think August 23rd or 24th, did you appear before a judge on this charge?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know why you got added back to this, but you have a bond set at $5,000. Are you unable to make that bond?
I don't know.
Do you have any family members here?
Yeah.
Have you contacted them? Do they know that you're in jail?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to send you back, Mr. Haney. It looks like that you've already appeared for this this hearing. Okay, all right, so you're free to go back.
Mr. Lamar?
Mr. Lamar,
Good morning, y'all.
good morning. Sir, you've been charged with 1 count of family violence battery. The bond is set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No, sir.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to find that you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning. That's going to be in courtroom 201. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Lott?
Mr. Lott, sir, you're charged with 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of more than an ounce of marijuana. You've also been charged with speeding. I'm going to set a $3,000 bond on the marijuana charge and a $500 bond on the speeding charge. So that's a total bond of $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th in courtroom 201 at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Porter?
Mr. Porter, sir, you're charged with 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol to the extent it made you a less safe driver, 1 count of driving on a suspended license, and 1 count of improper passing. Well, the way it is written, it says a violation of the move, of the steer and clear law. You're gonna have a $5,000 bond set on the DUI charge, a $1,500 bond set on the driving on suspended license charge, and a $500 bond on the steer and clear. So that's a total bond set at $7,000. Do you believe you can post this bond? Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning. In courtroom 201, that date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay, do you have any questions of me? Okay, you're free to go back.
Reverend?
Mr. Redfern, sir, you're charged with 1 count of obstructing or hindering a law enforcement officer. I've set the bond at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Sir, is anywhere I can get an OR bond, please?
Well, let me tell you the process. First of all, I would have to continue your case over so I can discuss with my chief whether she would agree to an OR bond or not. The answer could come back as being no. I am going to take a look at your criminal history, so I kind of know what she looks at, and I can tell you whether I think you're gonna get an OR bond or not. No, you're not. You have 23 cycles, Mr. Redfern.
Sure.
Okay. Did I tell you about your preliminary hearing date? No, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
It says you're currently working. How much do you make per hour?
Oh, it's about $8, $9 an hour, no more.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any other questions for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
You did set the bond at 2,000, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Cersei?
Mr. Cersei, sir, you're charged with 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of cocaine. I've set the bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
We're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning. In courtroom 201, that date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Shores?
Mrs. Shores, sir, you've been charged with a number of misdemeanor offenses that are all driving related. Being charged with driving on a suspended license, following too closely, making an improper turn, not having your tag. What is this? Hold on, let me go. It looks like it's saying not not changing your tag. Improper lane change, driving a vehicle with no insurance, concealing the identity of your motor vehicle, and speeding. So you're going to have a $1,500 bond set on the driving on a suspended license, $500 bond for driving too closely, $500 bond for the improper turn or improper signal, $500 for not changing the tag over, $500 for improper lane change, $1,000 for no insurance, $500 for concealing the identity of a motor vehicle, and $500 for speeding. So your total bond is going to be 3, 4, 5. Looks like $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Is that, that's not before the 10% or the 15%?
That is before. So a bonding company charges you a percentage of the bond, and that's what they take as a fee. It's generally between 10 and 12%. You'd have to call each bonding company, tell them your charges, and see how much they'll charge you for the bond.
Right, because
Okay.
I had spoke to someone and they told me a different number.
Okay, then that's what that company would charge.
Okay.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
How much do you earn per hour?
$8 an hour.
Okay, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
All right, the next person on the calendar is Mr. Thomas. Do you wish to have him for last?
Yes, let's save him to last.
Mr. Thompson?
Mr. Thompson, sir, you're charged with 2 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 1 count of possession of drug-related objects, and 1 count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. I've set the bond at $10,000 each on both of the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act charges, $1,500 for the marijuana offense, $1,500 for the drug-related objects offense, and $5,000 for possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. So that's going to be a total bond of $28,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Thompson, are you currently working? You said no? Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir. How much you say my total bond was?
$28,000. Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
Mr. Gardner?
Hey, how you doing today this morning, sir?
I'm doing well, Mr. Thrasher. Sir, you're charged with 1 count of possession of marijuana over an ounce. I set the bond at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
We're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to find that you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right, you're free to go back.
All right, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Tripp, sir, you're charged with 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects, 1 count of possession of marijuana, slightly more than an ounce, 1 count of driving on a suspended license, 1 count of driving a vehicle with no insurance, 1 count of driving a vehicle, says with an invalid, what's this? Invalid registration, and driving a vehicle with no tail lights. You're gonna have a $1,500 bond set on the use or possession of drug-related objects, a $3,000 bond set on the marijuana charge, a $1,500 bond set on driving on a suspended license, $1,000 bond set for driving a vehicle with no insurance, and $500 bond for the no tail light and driving a vehicle with no registration. So you're gonna have a total bond of $3, 6, 7, $8,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Sir.
Okay, I'm gonna find you qualify, Mr. Tripp. Going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
Mr. Van Kuren.
Mr. Van Kuren, sir, you're charged with 1 count of terroristic threats or acts and 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. I have dismissed the terroristic threats or acts charge because the officer did not name a victim in the warrant. On the possession of marijuana charge, you're gonna have a $1,500 bond. Your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. Do you believe you can post this $1,500 bond?
Your Honor, I don't know. I don't know if I can post the bond. Right, I would like also for you to check to see if I can get ORR on that. And one thing, the marijuana I had for CBD.
Mr. Van Kuren.
Marijuana. No, don't talk about it. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, Mr. Van Kuren, this is going all out over the internet. What if your lawyer comes and says, look, I got a way that we can win this case, but you're on the internet talking about marijuana? Don't talk about anything like that until you've had an opportunity to speak to a lawyer. That's in your best interest. Okay? Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Van Kuren. Now, sir, this charge could be brought back. It's a technicality that I have to dismiss the charge because you got to name a victim, and they didn't name a victim. So I can't say that this charge won't get brought back someday by the Solicitor General, okay? But I have appointed a lawyer to represent you. Speak to your lawyer about your case.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're free to go back.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Thomas,
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas, sir. You're in the same position as everyone else in the sense that the rights and privileges I discussed earlier apply to you. You are here on what's called a fugitive from justice warrant. State of Georgia has no interest in holding you except for our duty to hold you for, looks like the Mississippi Department of Corrections for a probation violation, indicated that they want to come and extradite you. Have you had the opportunity to speak to someone about this?
No, sir. Actually, today made 15 days. I haven't had a first appearance in name. Like this my first appearance. I paid bond the same day. They told me like 2-3 days after I paid bond, they was what I was saying. What I was saying is that they was not notifying them that I was ready to be picked up after that day I signed my bond.
Did you have charges pending here other than this?
I only had no driving with no license and
Okay.
time.
So what happens with that, Mr. Thomas, is that you're technically not being held on this warrant until you make bond on the other charge. And that's when you then become a person that's being held on this extradition warrant. So it looks like that didn't happen until yesterday.
I made bond. I got here August the 19th. I made bond around either 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. that evening. And they called me like a day or two later, around like 1 a.m. in the morning to go out and sign my bond. And I was told that after I signed this, they was gonna notify that I'm ready to be picked up. And once I done that, you know, they said every 5 days go by, they notify them, send them an email like, hey, he finished with us, you know, he ready to be picked up. My probation officer never got an email.
Have you signed a waiver?
No, sir, this is my first time signing a waiver to the extradition. I only signed the bond.
Okay. So the waiver part or the clock doesn't start running on the other stuff until you're at a point where you're appearing before me today and you make a decision whether you want to have a hearing or whether you want to waive the hearing.
I'm gonna sign off on it because I'm already down in 15 days. And my PO told me like I need to pick like 30 days to the maximum, and I'll be getting a hold of me because I just got a simple violation.
Okay, go ahead and sign the waiver. And they will send it to me and I will sign off on it. And the clock will begin to run today on this. Do you have any other questions for me, Mr. Thomas?
The only question I was gonna ask, like, do any of these days count toward my extradition time?
That's what I'm looking up, trying to make a determination.
At least like time served, you know, I'm good with this. Whatever in your will, you know.
Well, I can't do anything about the warrant.
Yes, I know that.
So it looks like you were arrested on August 19th and charged with no license and improper turn.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
So the filing date for the fugitive from justice is today. I mean, I'm sorry, yesterday.
I also made one around 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. that evening. And my fiance, she sat here until like 12 midnight. And they found her like, hey, you might as well go home. You got a warrant, Mississippi probation violation.
Do you have a lawyer down to help you in Mississippi?
No, sir, not at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna need to have somebody helping you down in Mississippi
Okay.
about this, okay? Any other questions, Mr. Thomas?
No, sir, that'll be how I am.
Okay, you're free to go back. That's it for today.
And the judge. I have somebody here who you may know, you know this guy?
Oh, I saw him lingering in the background.
How you doing, Gardner?
How you doing, Deputy Cox? I'm doing well.
Sir.
Just trying to make it through. I got the messed around and